Hi guys, it's Amy. We're gonna be reading fall books, and fall is very loose. It's a very loose term that I'm exploring here. I just started today, like I'm not even like 30 pages in. I'm reading, I don't know why I'm pulling this up. I'm reading Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther, I don't know. She wrote Summer of Broken Rules and What Happens After Midnight. Love them. I love both of them. And I know that this is her first book, but she re-put it out with different covers, and the covers very fall. There's a leaf, the fall background, so it has to be a fall book. It's taking place at a boarding school, so it's like back to school, like school fallness. So that's what I'm constituting as fall. So we're gonna be reading this. I have that on my Kindle, and then we have 3 other books to choose from. I think I'm gonna stick to 3 in this video, like all together. But we have Assistant to the Villain, very Halloween. I also have The Ex-Hex, and then we also have my tried and true, my favorite, I don't know if it's my favorite book, but I love this book. I would like, if someone was like, oh, is that your favorite book? I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite book. If We Were Villains, I have to annotate this one this time. This is the first book talk book that I read. It's also the first book that really got me to reading. I bought this because I knew it was dark academia, and that's what drew me in. And then I went to Barnes & Noble, literally had to hunt for this. Those are the books that we've got to choose from. I'm also going home this weekend because my brother has something, and I'm going to his, like, it's a competition, basically. I'm going to his competition. So I'm coming home, getting my nails redone. I'm gonna be reading Maybe Meant to Be, and then we'll pick from this after. Hi guys, it's Friday. I finished Maybe Meant to Be this morning, probably like less than an hour ago. When I tell you that book took me so long because I was just like busy working, so I was just doing other stuff like schoolwork, and I just wasn't reading. So like for like probably 2 days I was stuck at like page like 40, and then I binged some last night, and I got to 50% last night, and then I binged the other half of it this morning. I'm gonna do my makeup when I talk about this. But the boarding school is Bexley. We follow Sage Morgan, and she is best friends with Charlie Carmichael, which is the other point of view that we follow. So everyone's like, oh my god, Charlie and Sage are gonna get together. Like, it's just like fate at this point, and everyone's just waiting for that to happen. But Charlie has a twin brother, Nick. Another character gets added to the storyline, Luke. He's in his postgraduate year, so I think he like graduated already, and then he's just going back for another year at Bexley Academy. Luke comes into play, and then Luke and Charlie hit it off. So it follows Luke and Charlie's relationship, and then it follows Sage and Nick's relationship. Low-key was so bored the first like 40% of the book. I was like actually done with it. I was like, what is happening? I just think the writing style is not as good as the other K.L. Walther books. I gave it a 3 stars. What's the next fall book? I kind of want to read Assistant to the Villain. Right now, I'm getting ready. Today's jam-packed. I have a bunch of schoolwork to do. Don't think I'm gonna do that. And then my parents are picking me up because my brother has a competition thing. So I'm going to that this weekend. So I'm going home this weekend. I have work to do. Like I have a whole like paper outline to like make, and then I have to make a whole thesis, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then I have to find the sources, and then I have to do all that. So that's, and I have to film today. I have to film my September reading wrap up, and then I have to edit that so I can get it up the 1st. And yeah, I'll see you guys after I'm done and I'm ready to start the next book. We're back! Long time no see, Peppa. It's Saturday. I read a couple of pages last night. I think I'm at page 50-ish something. And let me tell you, The way they like talk about each other, the way they like literally just talk about each other in their heads and stuff like that. Like villain is very typically like he's a broody villain, but then ever since Evie is like showed up, he like can't stop thinking about her, and she's been his assistant. Like we get the first time they meet, and then we get a time jump 5 months later into her being his assistant, and then that's where we're at right now. But they're so cute. Oh my god! I literally woke up at 9. Stayed inside my bed doing nothing until now, where I'm about to go eat. So, yeah, lazy day. Hi guys, I'm back. It's like 7-ish o'clock. I just finished Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole. I've got to look this up. I read Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I loved it. I'm giving it a 4.75. It's not like 5-star material, but it's really good. Like the romance, it was just so good. The villain's name is Tristan. Tristan and Evie, so cute. Like he's like the typical like, oh, I have to like be like tough and stuff like that because he's like the kingdom villain that everyone's literally terrified of. The premise of the book is Evie becomes his assistant and someone's trying to kill the villain, and so because they're trying to kill the villain, Evie gets like hurt in the way, and so then he like takes it seriously now, and he has to figure out who this traitor in their like compound base in their manor is, which like their manor is like basically like the office. There's a bunch of people working under the villain. It switches between dual point of view of the villain and Evie. The way the villain talks about Evie and his POV, so good. Like you can see that he really does care, and he's like, it's like not something he's like familiar with, so he's like very like, oh my god, what is this, blah blah blah. Yeah, I really loved it. I think the only reason it's not a 5 stars is because like plot wise it was like, it's very like, oh, we have to find out who the traitor is, and so it's like really easy to digest and stuff like that, but it's also not like crazy like, oh, crazy like elaborate to me, so I'm not like blown away by the plot, but I love the characters in it. So yeah, I think this is going to be a series because it left off on like a cliffhanger type, like, oh, I wonder what happens next, and I don't see how this could not get a sequel, so I think I'm expecting a sequel. I think I'm tired out. I don't think I can like definitively say I want to read this right now, so maybe we'll leave the last book up until tomorrow. Hi guys, it's Tuesday. I have been reading, I don't know if I told you, but I'm reading the second book in the Scholomance series, The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. So far so good. Right now it's like their senior year, it's Elle's senior year and stuff like that, and then right now she's losing a bunch of mana, like she doesn't have a bunch of mana saved up, and so that's where the problem is right now. But yeah, I'm about 75 pages in, not 75%, about 20%. And yeah, I forget how long these like chapters are. Like I really forgot in the time that I read like 2 other books. I looked how many chapters there are. 14 chapters. That's insanity for like a 390 page book or something like that. Schoolwork. I'm not as stressed as I was last week. I don't know if you could tell that I was stressed, but I just didn't. I was stressed. But last night, me and my roommate, I'm not going to show you, but we did our shadow boxes because it has all our faces in it. I don't know if they want that on the internet, but yeah, we did that. I'll see you when I have an update on the book. I actually like being in this world, so that's a plus. Hi guys, it's still Tuesday. It's about like 11. I just finished reading for the night. I read like to page 180, so I'm like almost 50% into the book. I told you I was gonna get to at least 150. We're moving through the school year pretty fast. We're moving through their senior year pretty fast. They have, right now, we're about 50% through their term, so I washed my hair earlier today at 8-ish, and then I was rotting in bed because I finished a bunch of my work. My hair is still sopping wet. It's not like, it's probably like 40% wet and 60% dry, but it's 11 o'clock and why is it not dry yet, but whatever. But I'm gonna blow dry it. One thing about the book that I didn't mention is I'm thinking I like the first book better than the second book so far, which is not like what is according to Goodreads right now, because the second book has more higher ratings, but I'm just not feeling it as much as this time. And it's more like, I feel like we're info dumping a little bit, even though we know most of the information. I feel like just the way it's written is more like, this is happening, this spell is being done, and all that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I finish the book by Friday. That's my goal. I don't know if you saw my shirt, but look how cool it is. Look, it says Spider-Man. I'm about 69% through. No, let me think about it. 69% through The Last Graduate. I'm so bored. I'm just reading to read it. I'm really not, but like at the same time, I still like the characters, but I just feel like there is nothing happening in the story, and it's really just Elle and Orion trying to like keep everybody safe from these mouths, and that's it. And then it also talks about how Elle and her friendships are like growing. There was one highlighted like quote that I thought was really good, and this is one of her friends saying this. I think I decided, okay, it was like a trade. I didn't get to have my sister, so I got you. Isn't that so cute? And then Elle was like really like weepy about it. It was so cute. But yeah, I don't know, I just haven't brought it up. I hit my Goodreads thing, 130 out of 130. Yep, round of applause. I think we are gonna finish it tomorrow. We have like 100 pages left of the book. I'm gonna read some tonight, and then I'm gonna read some tomorrow. And then on Friday I get to go home for fall break, where I don't know if I've addressed this, but fall break, reading Magnolia Parks. I forgot how close it is. I'm so ready to actually pass out. We gotta pick our tabs, so I know what tabs to bring. We can do that now. Oh, so it's this color, so I'm looking for kind of a stormy vibe. Okay, I'm gonna bring these 3 because I'm just assuming I'm gonna tab a lot, so I'm gonna bring the first one out of each row. So I'm gonna stick them on my book. That's smart. I'm gonna stick them. Nah, that's not smart. That's not smart. I'll figure something out. We're going to transfer this whole chunk of tabs. We're using these 3, and if it does run out, I'll use some of the grays. This is honestly a good one. I could use the yellow, the red. This is a good mix. Honestly, if I could do it, I could read this in one sitting. I'm all packed and ready for fall break. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I just can't get over my shirt. It's so cute in it. Hi guys, we're back to where we started. It's Thursday. I finished the book like I promised, and we have some thoughts lingering. To get it out of the way, I don't think it's as good as the first one. I think there's more character, like there's like a character driven plot to it, but it's also not as different as the character driven plot that we got in the first book, where like Elle's like opening up more. And this book she opens up more, and so do other like side characters open up more, and so we get like that relationship with them, and it's like a nice relationship. And then Orion and Elle are like exploring their feelings a little bit more. But overall, I felt like the plot was repetitive of the first one, in that sense, like the way it was written out, but it was like a different plot line. First 50% of the book was basically like going through Elle's like final senior year and like doing what she wants and like making a decision of like how she's gonna graduate and help other people graduate. And then the last probably like 30-ish% is basically like they make an idea, and they execute that idea out. And that was all. So overall, I'm giving it a 2.75. So it's a 3 on Goodreads, it's a 2.75 everywhere else. This book was longer, felt like we didn't do as much, and then I also felt like it dragged on so much and the plot was like so boring to me that I was like done with the book. I was just like, nah, I was about to DNF it. And we leave off of the first one like with the little like, oh, keep this in mind. We touch on it a little bit, but we never get a definitive answer of why, and that's what I felt like I wanted to find out in the second book. So, and like I can see the way that we led off of this one, how the third book could be really interesting, but I just don't think I can read the third one right now. So yeah, overall there was one really good one, and that was Assistant to the Villain. So they were okay books. Like I would recommend the series and I'd recommend the authors, but not the book. So I'm saying that and it's like still a 3 stars, and people don't see 3 stars as bad. Like in my head it's not bad, but it's not like the best, and I just don't really rate books 1 stars because I feel like that's a little harsh. My battery's gonna die. But thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm just gonna film it. Maybe I'm not gonna film a TikTok. Maybe I'm gonna keep my little reactions to myself with this, but I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.